Why boxing? Boxing is one of the best forms of self-defense. It's one of the more realistic. It's one of the more inexpensive. It will do brilliant things for you in terms of building character, getting your fitness up. For me and RBUD, it's more that most fights will start at punching range. So most fights will start at about 18 inches, foot and a half. You'll get two people going, you got a problem with me? You got a fucking problem with me, dickhead? If you can control your emotions at that distance, when everyone's splaying and getting big and going, yeah, if we can just push straight down the line, we can win. So I know a lot of people go, oh, I prefer kicking, I prefer grappling. If we're being given punching range, it doesn't make any sense to me to move out of punching range to go into the other two ranges if we've got it. So if we're good with our hands, whether it be a clenched fist or an open hand, we can win. And again, self-defense isn't about winning, it's about knocking the other person over or out if we can, to give ourselves a window of opportunity to escape. So self-defense, the objective isn't to beat the other person up so we can say we won. Self-defense is we get away from the harm without taking any harm ourselves. We get away from that dangerous situation without taking any damage ourselves. So the quickest way to end a fight is to put the other person to sleep. The quickest way to put the other person to sleep is to knock them out. So if we're given punching range for the beginning of most fights, very few fights will start with both people coming do-do-do-do. It doesn't happen. It's usually two people stand there going yeah. If you've ever seen a real fight outside, usually outside a pub or a nightclub or whatever, they get into, I start calling it antlers, where you get two people and they're just pushing their foreheads against each other, like two stags battling with the antlers. So you get two people, yeah. These are two people who don't want to fight and don't really know what they're doing. Because if anybody stood there doing this, pushing their forehead against you, first, we've already messed up because our fence shouldn't allow someone to get that close to us. Two, if they're doing this and they're pushing their forehead to forehead, then they're giving us perfect opportunity to just come with a nice hook and drop the bastard. So by doing this, they don't know what they're doing and they don't really want to fight, which means we can control it. Jeff Thompson's got a quote, when ignorance is mutual, confidence is king. So if the other person doesn't want to fight to begin with, we can control them with verbal. But again, it's coming to hands. We're in punching range, so we might as well use it. So get very, very good at throwing hands. Now, for a shot to the head, that's just open hand. The great Lee Morrison has pointed out, soft weapon for hard target for soft, hard weapon for soft target. So if you punch into the body, clench fist. If you punch into the head, open hand. There's a great demonstration where you can actually use an open hand very effectively against a motorcycle crash helmet. If you punch a crash helmet, you break your hand. If you use an open hand, you still create the brain shake, which is of course what we're after, because that's what causes the knockout, but you don't break your hand. People forget this about crash helmets. Crash helmets are there to stop the skull smashing open. It doesn't stop the brain shake. You need to support the neck to support the head to stop the brain shake. So anyway, so boxing, it works, it's inexpensive, it's been proven multiple times. You can find millions of videos online if you put boxing in a street fight. You can see the actual techniques of boxing work. As I've mentioned in a previous video, I wouldn't focus so much on the jab for self-defense because of the fence, and I've already gone over that. Crosses and hooks work. What I will say about your hooks is be very careful the way you train with gloves compared to bare knuckle, because when we throw hooks on a bag or with pads if we're wearing gloves, we tend to connect with these knuckles just there as opposed to the knuckles we want, because of the way the hand will come in as an arc. We end up sort of hitting with air, whereas if you turn the palm out, so your palm is away from you, you can still hit with those two knuckles. There's a brilliant video with John Anderson showing this. I will link that to this video. The other thing is, be aware that again your fights aren't going to start with both of you doing this. So get used to throwing the shots from a not a typical fighter stance. So from here, just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Get used to that. So it's usually looking at about £3 to £4 per session for boxing in clubs in Britain, which twice a week is absolutely perfect. Get onto YouTube or Dailymotion or any of the video sharing websites and just look at fights that occur. So CCTV cameras, mobile footage from street fights. Just look at the street fights. You'll see a pattern with the way they start. You'll see a pattern with the way that people come towards each other. Got a problem. You'll see most people don't know how to fight, and they'll bunch their hands and they'll go because they don't know what they're doing. So if we know this and we can work straight down the line, we're in. With hooks, when you get the adrenaline dump, your peripheral vision goes. It's like you've got tunnel vision. So if you can practice the hook from your lead hand on the fence coming straight in, you quit in because they won't see it coming because it's coming out of their range of vision. So boxing because we're given punching range as a start, boxing because it's been proven to work, boxing because it's inexpensive. Boxing has the best hand techniques of any style because it dedicates 100% of its time to hand techniques. Everything in boxing is about landing a punch without getting hit. The footwork, the cardio, skipping, the speed bag work, heavy bag work, it's all designed around hands. So hands is the range we're given, so we might as well use it. So it is worth getting yourself into a boxing club, even if it's only once a week. If you've never boxed before, be prepared for your shoulder blades and your back to hurt a little bit. They'll be sore the next day. Boxing will get you fitter. It will instill discipline, as most martial arts will, but it also works. So that's why boxing is one of the main 5 styles we use in RBUD. RBUD is comprised of boxing, Thai boxing, judo, Greco-Roman wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So this was just why boxing. Hopefully I've explained why boxing. Any comments, suggestions, or questions, please do leave them in the comment box. If there's anything else you would like me to go over in these videos, again, leave a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe, and always be vigilant.